the left, and I would encourage everybody here at the North American Bear Center to please be quiet on the deck. Lucky does not like loud noises, and I am going to lower my voice a little bit. So he is one of the 4 bears we have that likes to, well, you'd think at 433 pounds and 12 years of age, he wouldn't be scared of anything. But a loud noise or a bang or fireworks or a car with a big exhaust that makes a lot of noise, this big guy, he runs for cover. So you folks here up at the deck, I see a whole bunch of people that just cruised up on the deck right now. Thank you for you young folks here at the Bear Center. Thank you for being quiet. We also have some other photographers here that are on deck taking some great pictures of handsome Lucky. Now, Jim down there, he's got the camera with the black hat on. What I'm gonna just tell you how we do this, and Jim has been very experienced at doing this. Jim wants to be oblivious. He doesn't want the bear to focus on him. He has no treats with him. He doesn't want the bear, in this case Lucky, to even notice him. He wants to get those pictures that you see on his website and that you may see, in fact you will see in our 2020 yearly calendar here at the North American Bear Center. Last year, which is, well, 2019, the year we're in now, he gave us most of the pictures, almost all the pictures for our calendar, and they are absolutely exceptional. Now, Sharon is basically doing her job as senior bear keeper, and some people may know her as the curator. Well, all that means is her job is to care for the bears, including facilitating a photo shoot. As I said, Lucky is 12, and he is standing right on top of what we call the rock den. Why do we call it the rock den? It's made out of rock. He has, our bears have wintered in there for hibernation, but not in the last few years. Now, Lucky has got a beautiful coat on. If the sun was shining on it, it would be shiny. In fact, it's even shiny without that sun. All our bears have come out of hibernation a great shiny coat, but I can also tell you he has his winter coat on right now. And you say, well, Judy, you're up on the observation deck. How can you tell he's got his winter coat on from the observation deck? It's not a big secret, but I'll tell you what it is. Black bears have 3.5 to 4 inch long guard hairs that are with them all year long. And their undercoat, their winter coat, is underneath the guard hairs. Well, when they have a winter coat, the guard hairs stick out at a 90-degree angle to their body and makes them look fluffy. I've tried to think of another word other than the word fluffy to use, but I think many of you would agree it looks like he's just got a nice fluffy coat. And that is the indication that he has a winter coat. Now he's shown some interest in the cameraman, and we don't really want that. We want Lucky to do what Lucky wants to do. And now he is a little too focused on Jim. And so Jim obviously has to move away. And Sharon is trying to, now how many of you ever had a bear follow you, huh? Now Jim's going to turn around and see if he can get a nice picture of Lucky coming right at him. Now, if you think that Jim, I'm going to embarrass Jim a little bit. Do you think Jim can run 35 miles an hour? The answer is no. Lucky could if he wanted to, but only for short distances. Now, I do need to impress upon everybody, this is not something we would recommend any of you attempt to do. Again, let me say that one more time. Just so everybody's clear, this is not something we would ever ask you to attempt to do at home, in the woods, or anywhere else. These are two people that are experienced and have worked with each other for a number of years creating our yearly calendar. So this is an absolute unique opportunity to see how do some of these wildlife photographers get some of these pictures. So enough with photography. I'm not the photography person, but it's clear that I want to explain to you folks really what is happening in the enclosure. We do have 2.5 naturally wooded acres, And Lucky doesn't have to be where he is right now. He could be anywhere, but he's choosing. He's choosing to be there. Our senior bear keeper, Sharon, is the one pushing out some food for him. And Jim, of course, is trying to get those really classic shots. Our 2.5 acres is, as I said, naturally wooded. And when we came here 12 years ago, we just double fenced it. Our goal here at the North American Bear Center is, even though we are in a captive environment, of which we are, we wanted it to be as natural as possible. I was just asked earlier today how long you'd walk in the woods before you'd see a bear. Well, I think you probably could walk a long ways, more than one day's worth of walking. And why is that? Well, black bears happen to be shy and timid animals. And as I explained to some of our visitors earlier today, that they have phenomenal hearing. They can hear better than us on both the high and low frequencies. So number one, their hearing is better. And number two, their sense of smell is exceptional. It's better than a bloodhound dog, and I think many of you know that bloodhound dogs are known to have exceptional sense of smell. So with just those two senses alone, the hearing and the smelling, they know if you're in the woods. And I know for myself, I make a lot of noise in the woods. I can trip over a log, a rock, bump into a bush. I'm pretty noisy, at least when I walk. But you don't hear a bear in the woods. They're very quiet. They have nice pads on their forefeet, and they walk in places where it is the easiest for them. So if there's an easy route from point A to point B, they'll take it. They don't necessarily take the most challenging route, because why should they? Why would they want to expend more energy than necessary? Now, I don't know if some of you on the deck have been able to see, and I know the people watching on bear.org, that is our website, bear.org, bear.org. There are people that can see Lucky right now, and I'm going to stop saying his name because when I keep saying it, he does look up, and he can hear me. You think he can't hear? I just described how well black bears can hear, so I'm going to stop saying his name since you all know what it is. But worldwide, people can see him right now through bear.org. We have 4 cameras on this facility, and they're not really on us. They're focused on the bears. For those of you on the deck, you can just lean over slightly on the railing, and there's a white oval orb right up there, and it's pointing straight at our bear. So it's free. It's free for watching on our website. And if you have a laptop or an iPad, whatever you may have, turn up the volume on that device, and you're going to hear my voice. So we do have a great chat room as well on our website, because our website is full of black bear information. And our chat room is a place that, number one, is family friendly. And I understand in today's world we have to say that. It is family friendly, and it is moderated by very experienced moderators who not only know how to moderate, they know how to move our cameras to where the action is, and they also have a huge library of videos, pictures, and information for you if you go on our chat room. It's real easy, it's fun, and it's an educational experience as well. Now, I'm sure some of you, although the people around the world didn't hear it, our senior bear keeper whistled, and you think, well, she's not whistling for any other reason other than to get the bear, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't want him to look up at me. She wanted to get his attention. We do not typically whistle at our bears, but she's doing it for a photo opportunity. A few other things here at the Bear Center. We are open currently 10 to 4, and that changes and it goes 9 to 6 on Memorial Weekend, which is pretty close here. So we're 10 to 4 every day. We are open every day now until late October. And our website, bear.org, has got our hours and our programs listed. We have programs every day. programs on the hour, every hour, and we have a 12:30 broadcast every day. So if you want to go home, and wherever you may go, home, work, school, vacation, anywhere in the world, you can tune in to bear.org and see what our bears are up to. Here at the Bear Center, we have a lot of things for you to do between now and 4 o'clock. Ely is just actually 1 mile away. So if you want to go get lunch, a cup of coffee, you can certainly do that, and then come back for our additional programs later today. And we also have a 1-hour feature film. It's a BBC documentary of Dr. Lynn Rogers, who is the founder of this facility and been researching bears for over 50 years. The BBC filmers went right in the wild woods here in Ely, Minnesota, filming his work with wild bears. It's fascinating, and Dr. Lynn Rogers actually narrates it himself. That is in our theater. If you want to know about his life, his 50-plus years of work, we do have an exhibit about his 50 years of work and the things he has done for bears and with bears, and you learn a lot about a researcher's life. Other things we have is the Northwoods Ecology Hall, which focuses on many of the other animals, not bears, but many of the other animals that you might see here in the Ely area. I know I had a child the other day say, "Where's the elephant and the giraffe?" Well, we don't have elephants and giraffes here in Ely. They're not native to this area, but you will see a beautiful specimen of a moose, white-tailed deer, a fox on our Four Seasons exhibit. We also have some live critters in our ecology hall as well. And you may not recognize some of these animals. We have touch screens in the ecology hall for you to just look up the bear or the animal that you want, like a fox or a white-tailed deer, and you can learn about their habitat, their general description, some of the predators and prey that they have in the wild, because keeping in mind black bears do not live in the wild alone. And that was a major addition here a few years back, is that we want to teach about bears, black bears, but we also want people to understand that they're not the only animal in the woods. So I'm going to be signing off here momentarily. And again, I do want to close out with saying thank you for your patience. This is a very unusual opportunity and a very unique opportunity to see two great people working together to try to create some fabulous pictures for us here at the Bear Center, for our yearly calendar, our website, and watch these two work with the bear. Again, I will say this is not something we would recommend you ever do on your own. So again, I need to say this is not something we do regularly, and we would not recommend that you do this on your own. But I think it does tell you that bears are bears that you can work with. They are not the carnivores and ferocious animals you may think, and they're not ready to attack. With that, it is clouding up a little bit, but it's a beautiful day here. And again, I want to say to all those fishermen here in Minnesota for opening and fishing today, have a great day fishing. And to all you moms out there, happy Mother's Day one day early, and I hope you enjoy this holiday weekend for you mothers. We will be back on mic tomorrow at 12:30, and tomorrow after 12:30, we will have our weekly Q&A with Sharon, and that's the gal out there right now working with our bear. Put your questions on our Facebook page. It's North American Bear Center Facebook page. Questions for Sharon. She answers the weekly questions every Sunday after this broadcast at approximately 12:40. Thank you very much for joining us, and for those people here today, please give us a shout out on TripAdvisor. It is a free app. You can give us your feedback about your visit today, because we always like to hear that feedback. Thank you very much.